It's Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Asta.
We'll be fine. We're always fine. You're fine, Aaron.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. This right here is Con Carne. It's a Q101 podcast, and Con Carne is sponsored by Easy Automation, easy-automation.net. Transform your living space with cutting-edge home automation. Experience seamless control over audio, video, lighting, climate, security, and more. Embrace the future of smart living. It's your home, your rules. Get a quote by visiting easy-automation.net or call Dan. You don't even need to know his last name. He's my buddy. Call Dan. This is his direct phone number. His phone is in his pocket. He is waiting for you to call 630-730-3728. The number is also on the screen if you're watching on video. And when you call, say, hey, Dan, I want to know more about Easy Automation. JVO sent me. Okay. I am in the bucolic town of Lisle. It is a return to Lisle. The 12th annual Homegrown Arts and Music Festival is happening. It is happening on July 27th at BaseCamp at Four Lakes. To my right, he is the man behind Homegrown. He is the returning champion on this episode. He is Aaron Williams.
Thank you for having me back.
And in the back seat, two artists who you can see at this year's Homegrown Arts and Music Festival, the 12th annual. It's happening on July 27th at BaseCamp. We have Iggy from the Citrosonics in the back seat.
Hello, hello.
And we have Arreis.
Thank you. Hello.
Also in the back seat. Nice to meet you both. Arreis, you don't even live here. Is it weird just to have your friends here say, by the way, we're going to jump in a stranger's car and eat food? And
No. It's so amazing. I love new experiences. And honestly, I challenge every artist to do something that makes you just a little bit uncomfortable. It'll probably pay off in the end.
I agree with that. We could talk about the creative process because I
Yes.
completely support that. So we've done this a few years in a row. Aaron Williams, man behind Homegrown. This is one of my favorite things. I look forward to it every July. I'm like, it's almost Aaron Williams time. But also, BaseCamp is very kind with the hospitality as we talk about their venue. But they feed us. And I want to show what's on your lap, if you know what I'm saying.
Look at this thing. We got the ultimate burger.
I don't know how you eat that, but I'm going to watch you do
It's
it
ultimately
on camera.
got all kinds of. It's got an egg on there. It's got onions.
It's got onions for days.
And it's got lettuce and tomato and a bacon, and it's ultimately looks delicious.
It looks delicious. And now what's in the back seat?
We have a buffalo chicken sandwich
Look
that
at
also
that.
looks just as fire. But
Can you hold it up?
Except, of course we can. But this, we have tots.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
And
yes.
You know what? We can't underestimate the tater tots here.
no.
They're really doing great work. And quite honestly, like, Chicago food is so much better, just leagues ahead of Nashville food.
Oh, my.
So if you're considering moving to Nashville, just realize that it's not as good as Chicago food.
Provolone and
she
ranch.
said it,
I
folks.
agree with that. That said, it's not like Nashville food is bad. That's a great food town.
It is a
I'll
great
fight.
food town.
I will fight on that.
I agree with you on Chicago food, but I'm saying I've been to Nashville. I've had good meals there.
I know. I
get
miss
it.
my hometown sometimes.
Chicago
Because-
is great for food.
That's right.
Because, Arreis, you are from Chicago and you moved, like, just a few years ago, you hightailed it to Nashville.
Yes, sir. 3 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm tired of this. I was, at this point, COVID was really just starting to let up and still hadn't totally dissipated yet. And I was like, I just really want to try a different scene and see what that's like.
Yeah.
And I was so pleasantly welcomed by Nashville, honestly. I think it was the best move I've ever made in my music career thus far. But at this point, too, like, I miss so many things about Chicago and how lively and exciting of a scene this is. So no musician here should underestimate the power of what we have going on in Chicago.
That's right.
For real. And we're going to talk about your music. We're going to talk specifically about what's happening at Homegrown. You should start eating. BaseCamp.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's
I
not
have to
make
put this in-
BaseCamp's sacrifice
okay.
be in vain. They
Here
made
we
this
go.
delicious food.
Dig
So-
in.
I will do the
Dig
tots.
in, dig in.
So as you start to dig in, the 12th annual Homegrown,
right.
again, July 27th, it is a full day and night event. Multiple stages, vendors, and the first food to fall was that a pickle? Was that a
Tomato.
Tomato. Aaron Williams drew first blood. If you're keeping track at home, if you have tomato on your bingo card, make sure to cross that off.
Onion's coming next.
So Aaron is the founder, the promoter. He does the booking. It is a mountain of work. And we were talking just before recording, Aaron Williams. And you mentioned this last time we talked, and probably the time before that. You are expanding.
That's right.
What this concept is. Before we get to the expansion, what is the general concept of Homegrown?
The general concept of Homegrown is, I feel like out here in the suburbs especially, but even all over Chicagoland, that sometimes the original musicians get overlooked, and especially at outdoor music festivals. 12 years ago, when I was starting to put out a record, put out my album to and submitted my album to so many festivals out here in the suburbs, out in the city, got rejected left and right, and kind of took it personally at first.
Sure.
But then come to realize, kind of complaining to all of my other original musician friends, to find out that they were going through the same thing. And I was like, all right, it's the original musicians that are getting snubbed from these events, and it's the same cover bands that are performing year after year. And it makes it really hard for us original musicians to connect with the community, connect with each other. So I took the opportunity to say, hey, all right, cool. I'm going to throw a music festival, and you can't play any covers.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Sold. So how do you expand? I mean, you've got this so locked down here in Lisle at BaseCamp, end of July. How do you expand to other markets? How do you infiltrate other scenes?
I feel like it was so hard to do it here, and it happened so naturally because of the people that were involved and the spirit of what the event is all about. And the fact that it grew over these last 12 years, every single year, is just almost beyond me. And it wasn't expected. And I think it's a really beautiful thing that all of these musicians really elevated our scene together through the festival, through connecting and playing shows outside of the festival afterwards, connecting with media sources, and really elevating the true original people who create music and art from our communities here in Chicagoland. And the reason I think that we can spread it to other places is because I've been to New York City, I've been to Nashville, as is a lot of musicians who have performed at Homegrown, and I feel like the same thing is happening in these major towns. Music City is simply not living up to its name as Music City. I feel like if you're not playing for tips on the strip, or you're not a well-rounded musician being continually booked to play in studios, the songwriters are getting snubbed in Nashville, and that's a story I'm hearing left and right, starting to do shows down there.
Is that what you see, Arreis, in Nashville?
You know, I really agree with that. And I think that also, like, that's what brought us together, you know, as friends and colleagues, kind of taking on our project now in Nashville, which is Battle the Band, sponsored by Local Nation, and myself. We really want to revitalize the indie band scene. There are so many writers' rounds. And as someone who does write songs and plays in Nashville regularly, I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of the same old thing, the tired tropes where it isn't even just like a bunch of cover bands, you know? It really is also just a lot of solo, acoustic, writers rounds, things like that. Or like it's becoming, with everybody moving there, it's becoming this very industry driven town, and there's a lot of gatekeeping, you know? And I think what we're really striving for, and what me as an artist and now like new promoter, you know, what I'm striving for is setting a different standard for musicians to raise their value, you know, being very firm on what they should value themselves at. I tell all my friends who aren't musicians this all the time, that like the more that you say things like, this is what I charge, this is what my rate is, these are the things that I like, this is my time, this is my slot, I want to play this amount of original music, like that's how people take you seriously. And the more that we all do that, the bar is raised.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're trying to do, is like take the idea we had in Chicago, take the opportunity that's happening in Nashville and New York City for that matter, and connect it nationally. And that's what we call the company Local Nation, is we're trying to take these local music communities that are really special, really talented, and all over America, and elevate them together. And I think we're going to make an impact. I really do.
I love that. And to be clear, Arreis, Nashville bona fide diva who writes bangers.
That's right. That would be me. Thank you so much.
That's the elevator pitch right there.
That's the elevator pitch. I think my dream is to play the Super Bowl halftime show. So let's just start there and work backwards. You know,
Good dream.
It's the costume changes, it's the sparkle, it's the bedazzle.
I think the home run derby is at least an attainable goal at this point.
Oh my goodness! I mean, we could do that tomorrow. Let's go, baby. No, at the end of the day, one of my biggest inspirations in the whole world is Lady Gaga, and she said this, and I love to requote it over and over and over. Is that play the dive bar like it's a stadium, and play the stadium like it's a dive bar. And I've taken that sentiment into every gig I've ever played, and I just love to connect with people. There's something so beautiful about the performance that as a frontman, when I first moved to Nashville, I was like, I'm going to be the best songwriter I can be at, which is true. But then when I started performing, I was like, one day I'm going to be the best frontman there ever was. And I think that has now been the thing that's led me forward into doing Battle of the Bands, booking shows, like promoting records, doing really everything that I do. Is that I want to be just a glamorous, fun-loving, powerful woman that can...
Who doesn't?
Inspire, right? That can
Right.
inspire all the other women of the world to do the same, because they can do it. Oh, gosh, thank you.
So not to ignore Iggy from the Citrosonics.
Yes.
Self-titled EP came out a few years ago. Breezy, summer fun, batch of songs.
Yeah, I would say so. A little funk infusion there, a bespoke sound, and we got new songs coming out
I don't
right
know
around the corner.
What does a bespoke sound mean?
Well, I guess you'll have to tune in to our new release, Just a Joke, coming out very shortly.
Well done.
Good answer.
Yes.
Name of the new
Yes.
song.
This next song coming out is Just a Joke, coming in just a few days, maybe on Homegrown Day itself, to be determined. But we've been hard at work on that, and we are very excited to share it
forward to
with
hear
you
that.
guys.
And you did a video for your song Bubbles,
That's correct, yeah.
and you get flushed down the drain and go on a fun little adventure.
I do. Well, fun is debatable, but yes, it was an adventure, at least in the music video. Filming it was a blast.
Since I have 3 artists in the car, I've been wondering this. I've wondered this aloud for years. Isn't music video creation easier to do now than ever, and why aren't more people doing it? I feel like this is such an opportunity for artists.
I will happily take this question.
Please go on.
So there is a very distinct difference, in my opinion, between long form and short form content. And I think that long form content is being heavily discouraged right now by the social medias. We have a very short attention
Confirmed.
span. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And I think that investing the time and the money and the effort into editing, into shooting at a location, or really feeding that artistic side in a music video is a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort. That then why would you do that when you can just lip sync your own song over and over and over again for 30 seconds and get more followers from it? You know? And I disagree, because I'm a very quality over quantity person. I would much rather do some fun artsy video than make a bunch of tiny little videos. Why would I lip sync my own song? I sang it, you know, that's stupid. But like at the same time, I understand from an artist perspective, we're all broke. We all don't have the resources that we wish that we had. So obviously we can't make the artsy, you know, short film that we want to, you know. So we do 30-second mashups and
You should talk
TikTok
to
dances and stuff like that.
Talk to Iggy's guy.
I know.
Yeah, well, our video was very cool, you know what I mean? But there's something to be said about the virality of short form content, and I mean, I've got little TikToks or Instagram reels that have more views than some of the more higher production stuff, for sure. Even though Bubbles was a small local hit, but the Bubbles video was really cool and intricate, and it's a whole lot of fun to plan out a greater vision, like you're saying, and put it to the test. So I would expect, while you might see short form content from us all the time, real videos will never stop coming.
Yeah.
Totally agree. No, I did a music video a couple years ago because I released my first Nashville album. I put out an album before that, but I put out a Nashville album.
Would that be Vices?
It would be, and I did a music video for Best Worst Love at a local Nashville bar. And it was a little bit of an investment, but it really was, I think, overall pretty affordable. And I loved that the filming of that process. And it's one of those things where it's like making an album over a single.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you're not getting that play right now. But I feel like it really builds your body of work a lot better.
And making
Yeah,
a
it
good
shows you're
video
serious.
is so hard nowadays because it's all been done, and a lot of ideas have been done. And to be unique and have a song that's 3 minutes to 5 minutes and have people engage that long is difficult to do nowadays, isn't it?
These are all fair points. Best Worst Love. If I had to do it over, I would have chose this every time.
Wow. You are quoting my song?
I am Arreis.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
I know. What say you about Best Worst Love? Suppose then.
I do hear some Nashville in your songs, but these are generally dark pop songs, which I'm drawn to.
Oh, cool. Okay, I didn't know
I like
that
dark.
you too were a dark pop girly, but like, please come to the dark side with me.
No, I like dark stuff,
Okay.
whether it's industrial pop, whatever.
Yes,
I'm
I
down.
love industrial as an adjective for like sounds that like digitized sounds. I love having that rawness in it. You know,
100%.
it's so essential to I think my sound and so many people that I look up to. Thank you for quoting that. What do you have a question? Do you have any questions? I guess because
No,
otherwise I'll just talk forever.
No, I do enjoy the lyrics. We're at the point of no return at the bathroom of the bar. Girl, been there.
Yes. Oh, goodness.
Preach.
In one way or another. Straight to hell, everybody.
Straight to hell. All right, so Homegrown, 20 bands, 15 acoustic artists.
That's right.
12 art vendors. On the inside stage, returning favorite, Downers Groove.
That's right.
Still undefeated for best name on the roster. Many years running.
I don't even call Downers Grove anymore.
Why would you?
Because it isn't that. It's too groovy.
On the outside stage, Arreis playing at 9:15, which is awesome. And let's see, we've got Citrosonics 8 o'clock inside. All right, so
Yes.
I'm really excited about this lineup this year. There's so many great talent. The thing that happened again this year, James, that happens year after year, is you've been in this scene for as long as we have. You could probably relate to this. Is that you think you know everybody, and you think that
I never think that because I know
you've
we
hit a wall
I never
somewhere,
think that.
and I am just disproven year after year that so many people come out of the woodwork with the submissions and trying to play homegrown or supporting homegrown or giving an idea, and it's really amazing that after 12 years of doing that hundreds of people come out to support and come out of the woodwork to perform this event.
It's a beautiful thing. I'll have people ask me about local bands all the time, and they'll say, "Well, have you heard band XYZ?" I'll say, "Oh no, I haven't." Really, I'm surprised. Why? This is a very large metropolitan area. I would love to know everything that goes on. I simply can't.
I know, and it's amazing. It's one of the best things about throwing homegrown every year is I get to discover great songs, great musicians, great people every single year.
All right, so who else should we be looking forward to? Because this is a massive. Some of the names.
An amazing
I recognize.
band from Chicago, Choose Your Character. They're making.
They've been, I think, a pretty good band consistently in the scene since even I lived here. I'm a big fan of Choose Your Character. I also am a huge fan. I want to give out like a big shout out to my friend Brad Yeoman. I love him. The music in me has inspired me, and as well as so many friends that I know for years now. And that is a musician that has worked very hard to be where he is at right now. So I hope he
Brad
hears
is
this.
closing down the acoustic party stage at 9:45.
That's right. I'd like to give a shout out to Modern Daybreak because they won the Road to Homegrown last year. They were the judges at the Road to Homegrown this year, and they just asked for another stack of tickets. So they're going to be a huge draw at Homegrown this year, and super stoked to have their support and have them back this year.
Also, I have not seen them perform yet, but I'm really excited to see Emma and the Dilemma.
What about you?
I've
Yeah,
heard
Emma and
very,
Dilemma.
very good things about her and her band so
She has
far.
a great voice. What about you, Iggy? Anyone that you're excited to see?
Well, I clicked with Modern Daybreak a lot at the Road to Homegrown, and I haven't seen them live, so not to double shout them out, but truly that is one of my most exciting acts to see, except for, of course, Arreis here.
No, I don't know Party Marty, but he sounds like a coke dealer from 1977.
I love to talk about Party Marty. So Party Marty and his family run a campground up in Glacier Valley, Wisconsin, and they throw a music festival there and attract all kinds of local musicians from Minnesota and Wisconsin every year. And I got to play the last 2 years. and connect with Party Marty and his family. And Party Marty is coming down to Homegrown to
How can you not
host.
smile as you say Party
And
Marty?
he,
Smiling right now.
I know,
his
right?
personality and his vibe is just as great as his name.
Wow.
And he's going to host the whole acoustic stage actually this year. He's bringing down his setup that he sets up at his festivals, and he's going to be hosting that stage the whole
I like
day.
the cross-pollination.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very strong pillar in just the homegrown local nation,
right.
thesis, because we really want acts from everywhere to feel like the world is their like local bar in a way, and that we all feel very connected and close to one another, and we all get to play with one another and set up our shows and host each other's events eventually,
Yeah, he's a really cool guy, and stoked to have him back this year.
Yay.
So what do you do with the bands you can't get on the lineup?
That's why I started the road to Homegrown. I actually have 2 or 3 shows before the event where I book a bunch of artists and bands that I don't really know a lot about them, but they seem really talented. They have a lot of great online presence. So I put them all on stage together to showcase, bring their fan base, play their best songs, and perform their hearts out. And I do this road to Homegrown to see who's going to bring it. And I also do it to bring this community together and give all the acts that submit to this festival an opportunity to connect with each other.
And Citrosonics won, Modern Daybreak won, Polly on the Wall won when
That's
I
right.
judged, and I won before them.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, we're all road to homegrown artists originally.
That's right.
Have you all had food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
it back here. Watch the tape. We're chewing.
Okay,
You're
good.
so
I
chill.
want to make sure, a well-fed artist is a happy artist.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It gives us a lot of brain power.
So, Aaron Williams, if people want to attend Homegrown, first of all, this community, this would be a great community for an Airbnb. You've got to think that someone's Airbnb with their place over here.
Absolutely, they have to, because it's kind of like a gated community without the gate is
Yes.
how I call it. There's condos, there's a couple high-rises over here, and there's a lot of activities going on. And it's a
There's
great
beach
place for
volleyball
that.
happening right over
Yeah,
our
I'm
shoulder.
looking at
We're watching the volleyball tournaments
9
over
courts
there.
of volleyball over here.
And
Me and Array, maybe. Well, at least 9 teams. Me and Arreis were talking about hopping
We're-
over after the show here.
I know.
But
Got
this
little
is,
bumps that spike,
It's right.
I have nothing to compare this community to, and I think this every time I come here, but this would be a great summertime Airbnb. It's like, oh yeah, stay at our place, go canoeing, go play beach volleyball, go hang out at BaseCamp,
Yeah,
go
come to a music festival.
catch a fish.
You've got it all.
You can kayak in that lake.
You can kayak.
Yeah, canoe, and it's a really cool community, and there's a lot of great people here, and that's the cool thing about having Homegrown here is it feels like you're off the beaten path. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like you're in Chicagoland, and the people who live here are always down for a good time, and they hear us having a good time, and they start to come in to see what the noise is all about.
Well, and it's super. I won't say super easy. It's super convenient to get to from the city. I mean, it's
is.
off 355. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a piece of cake to get to.
It's right by Naperville, Downers Groove.
There's group.
And even if you're coming from the city, which some bands are from the city, and I always thought that would be a big deal. But you know what? There's plenty of parking here, free parking, and people can take the train or drive their cars here, and it's an easy route even from the city.
20 bands, 15 acoustic artists, 12 art vendors, and cool art vendors too, like fun stuff like ceramics and guitars and stuff.
Yeah, we got
Soap.
scrap guitars, we have soaps, we have jewelry, we have hand art, we have all kinds of great stuff happening. And the cool thing about the artist thing is I don't want to try to book the same artist twice. All the artists are unique and offer something different for the festival.
I love it. Okay, 12th annual Homegrown, July 27th. It started here. It's spreading across our great country. It's happening at BaseCamp at 4 Lakes in Lisle, a lovely little community, as previously mentioned. For more information, Aaron Williams, founder, promoter, booker of this festival, where should people go?
Please go to homegrownartsandmusicfestival.com. The whole lineup there, all 30 acts, all the vendors. You can get tickets there, find out more about 4 Lakes and BaseCamp, the location of where it's held, and all about the great food and menu and the bar that they have. It's going to be a great event, and we're going to have, hopefully, and if it's a beautiful day, we're going to have over 1,500 people, just like we have the last 2 years.
The tornadoes have already come and gone.
That's right.
This is going to be
It's
a great
over.
weather day.
It is going to be a great weather day. And we're projected to have good weather. And even if we don't, it's rain or shine, we are prepared for any of the elements. And we're going to have an amazing celebration of original music. So please go to homegrownartsandmusicfestival.com. All the info's right there.
Love it. Okay, and in the back, Iggy from Citrosonics, thank you for joining.
Of course, happy to be here.
Arreis flying in early from Nashville to hang out in the back seat. Much appreciated.
Truly an honor. No, thank you for having us. And at the end of the day, we love local music and we love the people that love us. So, thank you. This is an honor.
Yes, thank you so much, guys.